realized I started speaking and I didn't unmute, but hello! Hey Puck Dad! How are you? And a wild Zam! How are you guys doing? How you doing, Zam? How you doing, Puck Dad? Like a race or a contest. Oh, don't leave your door open, that's why it's cold. I was like, what is this chill I feel upon my body? It's because it's cold out today. This is my little cocoon. My room is my cocoon. Okay. So now, I need to look at this reference picture. So, bye-bye Dota's secret, continue to do well. Okay, back leg is so complicated. And I have to pull out my crazy person scribbles. But I think, yep, here it is. Front leg height and back leg height is the same. So, you were originally going to go with first square, but it was taken. I see. So the height of this, I believe, is roughly 13 inches. I don't have my tape measure. But anyway, about this tall. But it's also a lot shorter. It's not, you know, it's much blockier. So it's like thicker and blockier. But it's roughly the same height. So that like when I have the bottom of the feet on like sitting against the floor, the back leg should, you know, be just as tall. Based your user off an album, and they had both an album called The First Square and The Second Square. Oh, fascinating. What band is it? So their heights need to be the same. What else about the back leg? Back leg length is 1.5 the front leg length. 1.5. Did I mean that? I don't think I meant that. I don't think the back leg is as long, is it? Maybe it's long? Maybe it's... Huh. I mean, that's what I wrote, but that doesn't mean it's right. K-pop group called Blackpink. Neat. Alright, let me look at this reference picture. I gotta move XSplit. Okay. Let me take out my tape measure. Your power just went out? Why are you apologizing? Stop! You're killing me! Killing me softly with his words. I know that's a different part of the song, but you know what? Whatever. Saying he's sorry again for all these things out of his control. Killing me softly with sorries. Okay, anyhow. Do I want the foot to be the same? I can't tell what the fuck is going on with the back foot. I think the back foot is a slightly different shape. But lengthwise, this ended up being 20 inches. Or, no, 19 inches, roughly. So then the back leg does not look that fucking long. I'm gonna measure it. Sorry if you see stuff that I don't want you seeing. So this is about 3 inches. It's a little bit less than 3 inches from like the back of the thigh to the heel is 3 inches. And then the front of the thigh to the toe is 2 inches. Whereas this is 4 inches and pretty much 4 inches. Okay. So if the front leg length is 4 inches and back leg length, back thigh, I have to write this down, back thigh to heel equals, what did I say, 3 inches? And then I said it was 2 inches in the front. So then back leg length, front thigh to toe claw equals 2 inches. How do you get the link from Discord? Like, how do you get a Discord image like that? Okay. So then, this was like the on-screen measurement. So then if I'm looking at real size, the real size of what I made is, this was 19 inches. The front leg length. So that means, so this is 3/4. 3/4 of whatever that is. 3/4 of 19. How much is that, roughly? And then half of 19 would be 9.5, right? Because 9 and 9 is 18 plus a half, like half plus half is 1. So the front of the back leg needs to be about 9.5 inches from like front to front. 14.25. Thank you. That seems wrong, Google. I don't know, what's 19 divided by 4? About 4.5-ish. Probably more like 4.75. Google's smarter than you. I can't do math in my head, and because I'm on the tablet rather than the computer, I can't have a calculator. Actually, you know what? Instead of asking you guys, I have calculators in... I actually have 2 calculators. I have this one because it was cute, and I needed a calculator for junior high. And then I have this one because I won... my 7th grade math teacher gave them out as prizes for people who did well at reciting decimal points of pi. It was just an optional fun thing for Pi Day. And I did well. So I got this as a prize. I mean, some people literally just said 3.14, and she was like, okay, good job. But she was like, whoever wants to go home and learn decimal points of pi and then come in and try to, like, recite as many as possible, you can. I will not force you to, though. You're very good at head math? 4.75! Oh, my brain was not that bad! But anyway, I will keep these out from now on. I keep forgetting that I have them, because I never need to use them. But it's a good calculator. It's a good calculator. 3.14159 through 5, 8979, 323646, and then I forget. But maybe this year I'll practice some more. Pi Day is kind of me and Fred's anniversary for being official, because I was obnoxious. I love how it's because I was obnoxious. I wonder if I can use this piece. How long is this piece? Actually, this is long enough for the back piece. I don't know if it's wide enough. And then what did I say? 9.5? Yeah, so it's like not quite. It's almost there. I bet I can use it for the tail or something. Whatever. I have plenty of cardboard, but I don't want to waste it, you know? Because then I have to order more stuff. Buy more things so that you get more free cardboard. That's, you know, monetarily sound thinking, right? Today is International Cat Day, according to who? All right. And then what's the width of this? What was the width? Did I measure this ever, or did I stop and decide, you know what, I'm done with this? Okay, let me measure the back leg width. Don't look it. I'll just solution, step closer. .75 and then like 1.5. 2.75, 1.5. 2.75 and 1.5 versus like 4.5. 2.75 at the top. Okay. More crazy person scratchings. Okay. According to Japan, home of the cats. Okay, sure. Why not? Because it's 222, and in Japanese that's pronounced ni ni ni, which resembles the way Japanese imitate cat sounds. Okay, I believe it. I mean, meow is already nyan. And you know why they call seagulls, the word for seagulls? Or like the slang word, I guess, or like a nickname for seagulls is neko umi, which literally means like ocean cat. Because the way that seagulls make noise, it kind of sounds like nyan, which is cat noise. The proper word for seagull in Japanese is kamome. Or is it umineko? I don't remember which is first, but one of the two. It's either umineko or neko umi. I forget which is first. I think it's neko first. Every day is International Cat Day in your house. Sick! Okay, so time to draw a back leg, huh? No, I have to calculate. So what was the width of this? I think this was what, 13 or something? Like from here to, no, I made this longer, okay. I think it was supposed to be like 13 and I made it longer. It's 16, so it's an extra 1, 2, 3 inches. Well, technically 15. So it's supposed to be 12 inches and I made it 15 or something like that. That seems right. So then the back leg, $2.75, huh? So wait, if 2 equals 9.5, then what would 1.5 equal? So like 0.75, 2 times 0.75, is that, am I doing things right? Okay, yeah, so I did that right. Yay, brain! Oh, I think this calculator is losing battery. It's very hard to see. But I have the other one still. So 9.5 times 0.75 equals, yeah, I can't use this calculator anymore. I have to hold it on a tilt so that I can see it. 7.125, so roughly 7 inches. So the back leg width at the bottom of the foot is 7 inches roughly. And then the top is 2.75. Maybe I would just want to round that to 3 to make it easier. Hey Beltree, how are you? You spelled Voltron wrong. I'm not doing Voltron! Didn't even know what the fuck that was. You're adopting a kitty! Oh, that's awesome. Are you gonna get an old kitty? Because I would get an old kitty. Cause you babby? Babbiest of babbies? That's not even true. That is so far from true. Leaf is forever the babbiest of babbies. And besides, to Garrick, you're a babby, so there. You're considering getting a shelter kitty? What I would need to do is I would need to go to a shelter and be like, give me the cat that nobody wants. Like, which cat's been here the longest? Don't show me any other cats. Just give me that one cat and I will walk out of here with it. Or 2 cats, or like 80 cats. Give me all of the cats that you have. Only thing you don't like about adult kitty is that you can't name it. I mean, you could. And it'll be the cat that never warms up to you? That's not true at all. That's far from true. Everyone's babby to me feels bad, man. Who cares? You've got your very own old man emote, so feel good about it that you can shake that cane at literally anybody in here. With your look, that's how it happened. Well, clearly, like, ask them about the cat's temperament then if you're worried about it. Like, say, is this cat affectionate? Does it take a while to warm up to people? Blah, 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 blah. Like, you can ask them questions. Like, I really want a cat that will snuggle with me. Or whatever. So the top of the leg is 2.75. But was that with the circle or without the circle? I gotta measure again. All right, 2.5. Used to volunteer at a cat shelter, and there was a room full of adults. There was this friendly, cuddly cat with a missing eye. You love that cat so much. Aww. I wouldn't be able to work at a shelter, because I would want to go home with all the cats. Poor kitties. I would just be the perpetual adult cat house. Just because it's not a baby doesn't mean it doesn't need love. Anyway, 2.5 is a lot easier to calculate. So 9.5 divided by 2 would be 4.75. So 4.75 plus 9.5? Am I correct in that? I don't know if that's right. That's 14.25, which was the back leg length. But I don't think it's a square. Is it a square? No, it looks like a rectangle. That's wrong. My thinking was wrong there. You decided your next cat's gonna be an adult kitty. Aw, that's great. Got Ruben when he was already grown and he loves the shit out of me, ignores the rest of my family. Then again, they only see him as the cute thing that should pay attention to them like a dog rather than a companion you share time with and are responsible for. It's a paper with all kinds of information on the cat, like age, temperament, how they were found. You can go into each room and interact with them. Yeah, I just personally would not want to interact with any of the cats. Because if I see more than one cat, I will walk out with more than one cat, and I can't have all the cats. He had a hard time leaving every day. There was a rude office cat, however. Yeah, it's just one day, and you had the day off yesterday. That almost makes it harder sometimes. Okay, so let me think about this. So wait, no, that's... I need to do 9.5 divided by 4, not by 2. Equals? Okay, yeah, this calculator is like dying. I need to get rid of it. This one, however, is perfect. 9.5 divided by 4. 2.375, okay. Plus 9.5. So that's 11.8, so roughly like almost 12. Okay, so then... Okay, so then this, hang on, let me just draw little arrows so that I know what measurements are for what. So then the back leg width on the bottom, that's 7.125, and the back leg width at the top is 11.875. Okay, now I know how big this foot needs to be. Perfect! Okay, Wormy. Maybe pick up some groceries if you're gonna be there early. That way when weather happens, you can have groceries. But anyway, thank you for hanging out if I don't see you until later. And have a good day! Ignat, how's it going? We adopted our oldest two from them together, then a few years later adopted my sisters and my oldest. Then a year later my sister brought back my second she had saved. Sadly he's passed now. Aww. Last year a cat had kittens in our backyard, giving me my youngest. That's a lot of cats. That's a lot of cats. Doesn't sound like a bad life though, full of cats. I would like my life to be full of cats, please. Okay, so the bottom of this foot needs to be about from here. And this is going to be rough. I'm just going to draw like roughly where the leg should be within, the lines that should go within, then I'm going to freehand sketch it. And then I'll clean up my lines, just like we did last week with the front leg. Okay, so the bottom width is 7 point something. 0.125, I'm just gonna go with over here-ish. Something within there. You'll notice that I'm going to 8, not to 7, and that's because I started at 1 rather than at the end. 6 in total, but we have 5 now, and when I move, I'm taking mine with me. And when your sister's in a better living situation, she's taking hers. So then how many cats are your parents gonna be left with? I just wanted a straighter line. Okay. So this is the bottom leg width, and this needs to actually be moved over a lot because the back of the leg should end up here. And I just thought about that, so I will erase that line, and we're gonna redo everything. So from here, the back leg, back thigh length to heel, 14.25 inches. So this seems rather long, but I guess it's really not. I guess it's really not. And I'll compare this to the front leg, but I feel like it'll be easier when I actually have something drawn. I have a line down. Okay, so from here, I can't see because the ding-dang shadow. The lights in my room have changed because a lot of the light is coming from the natural light, but I've had both lamps on today. So one, so this would be 14, and then 0.25 would be here. Just so that I have an idea. 2, but my sister really wants one of them, so it's up for debate. You also have 3 dogs? That's a lot of animals in one house. Okay. So the top of this leg, the bottom of this leg would be approximately here. So I'm gonna make a mark here. And I'm just gonna mark this front leg. Okay. Is it too much to ask that oranges come with zippers? Well, this is America. You can invent that. You can Shuko the zipper and put it on the orange. You're browsing shelter kitties? Oh, I can't do that because I will need all the cats. Also, in April will be a year since your other cat passed. Aw, poor kitty. But, you got another kitty. Kitties everywhere. Never mind, it's open. It really is. The dogs are outside, though. I see.
Well, the purpose of a party.
Losing pets is never fun. It's never easy, regardless of how many of them you have.
Whether it's a special carnival designed for gay entertainment or a game party in a home, they all take planning, and they should all be fun.
So then I think this is more appropriate, this
If you are
length.
going to give a party, plan
I mean, if I want it to start lower, I can have it start here. And I'll just measure from... You know what? That might actually be better. Yeah, let's do that. So the difference down here... is 1.25 inches. That is perfect, actually. There's 1 and there's 0.25. Which means that I can ignore this whole bend here, which is great. Oh shit. So a lot of events landmarked in that same time. You were at sea when you heard your cat died? Oh, I'm sorry. I was in Japan when I got a Facebook message from my mom that my dog died. Well, first the message was, he's really sick. I was planning on 1 month in Japan, 1 month with my boyfriend in Wisconsin, and then 1 month in New York, because I was in college, so I had 3 months off. So while I was in Japan, she was like, Max is really sick. So I switched the second 2 months around because I was in a school program in Japan, so I couldn't leave. So I switched it from Japan, Wisconsin, New York to Japan, New York, Wisconsin. And like a week later or less, I got an email saying that he died. I spent the entire day in my hotel room crying. I didn't go to class. In the room that had the computer, they had like little snacks, so I went up to the counter and like tried to choke out that I wanted ice cream. But she saw me crying, she was like, "Daijoubu?" And I was like, "Watashi no, you know." And she was like, she died? And I was like, yeah. She was like, here's your ice cream, I'm sorry. That's a pet peeve to you. My dad and my stepmom do that, but as a joke. Like, they don't actually... They call him my puppy brother. They're like, this buddy's your puppy brother. Yeah, it's okay. It was a lot of years ago. I still miss him, though. He was cute. He was such a cute boy. He was the best dog. Working from home, we used the net to tunnel into work. So I threw this up on the Xbox. Won't be able to talk much since I'm doing work. No problem. Thank you for coming in, and I hope you enjoy yourself and enjoy the lurk. I appreciate you lurking. And it's Inu, isn't it? Not Ino. I say Ino because I watched too much Naruto. And that's a character. Scruffy little hunter prowling around the garden like a tiger. Aww. Okay, so I've got the back leg. I gotta do some work today. So then the front... Yeah, that's good. I think you stopped in... Ignat, were you here last week for some cardboard cosplay? Or were you here during the planning when I was like, just doing math for 2 hours straight and then I was brain dead? It's okay. Don't worry about it. So front leg. No, back leg, thigh to heel is 14.25, which is what I measured. And then I shortened it based on... Based on where the front leg was. So from here to here is probably how tall it's gonna be. And then... Aww. Do they have similar behaviors as well? Second square? So then the back leg, front of the thigh to toe claw. No, let me do back leg width at the bottom is about 7 inches, 7.25 or so. You might have caught the planning. Yeah, so this is what the show looks like when stuff's actually happening. Okay. So then this is the width of the bottom of the leg. And then, let me erase the other stuff so I don't get confused. That's so cute. And a bit of a coincidence. Some traits, yes, they prefer me over other family. Chew on cardboard, lay the exact same. Hate their nails to be being clipped to the extreme. Okay. Back leg. Back that leg width at the top is 11.875. I'm gonna shorten that to 0.75, and if I need to get more than that, that's fine. I should really have tried to pull this tape off, but oh well. Oh well. Oh hey guys. I have news that may be exciting to some of you. It's not personal news. Well, it is a little personal based on if you guys were here for the end of Project Pencil and I stopped drawing and just started showing you stuff. Second season of Jessica Jones is coming March 8th, and I'm so excited. Fred texted me this morning. He was like, let me tell you this. And I had just been saying, because we were looking for something to watch the other night, he was scrolling through, and we saw Jessica Jones, and I was like, when is the second season? He's like, they haven't even announced a second season is being made. I'm like, I know, but I just want it. Felt like it was meant to be. I named her, I forget how to pronounce that, Renia? Because it's like meaning rebirth, just spelled different. Oh, that's cool. Here's back, Jillian died. He was, oh, Gilligan. Half links. Age 22. Wow. I think my Kitty Bongo was like 21 when he died. He's an old boy. Renya. Thank you. I knew I was saying it wrong. I just could not remember. Okay, so then... Actually, this should be moved down. So what's the front leg height? Or length or whatever. Front thigh to toe claw is 9.5. So like here to there. I think that angle is okay. We'll see. Alright, so this is where the front would end, which then means if I take this and go like this, actually, I was really close. I was really close. You know what? Get out of here. That didn't really help. Didn't really help, but you know. Oops. Okay, so then 9.5 from here to there. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. So let me erase this line before I get confused. Get out of here, hair. I just vacuumed last night. Like, how are there hairs everywhere? I don't understand. I just have a lot of hair. Alright, surprise. You have a wicked delay. Yeah, maybe you need to try a refresh to catch up or a pause play. Although you said pause play doesn't tend to work for you, which is unfortunate because I love the pause play. Because then you don't lose chat at all, it just stops the video and catches it back up. It's so handy, I use it all the time. Okay, so here is where I need to put the leg within, and this looks semi-appropriate. We'll see, I might need to finagle with it a little bit. The delay for you is a 5 GB PUBG update. I updated that last night. But I still haven't played it in forever. Aww. I'm sorry, Second Square. But I'm glad that you found her and that she's perfect. Could always shave my head. I think Fred would barf every time he saw me. You've seen me with super short hair, but I was also really pretty young. You think your net's just shit? I'm sorry! I totally know how you feel, Second Square. I totally get it. I think I probably... If I had found Twitch earlier, I would have been just all about it. Alright, now it's time to draw this leg. So I think I'm going to use this as the top of the leg. This seems rather large. But I guess like the ankle is really small. How big is the foot? So I think I think this is more accurate, like this side is more accurate. So I'll start with the toe claw here. I don't know, I guess I'll just start drawing it, see how it looks. You were watching some VODs on YouTube from the very beginning of my streaming career. It was adorbs, you knew nothing. I don't even know if I want to go back. You know what? My To the Moon video, I can't even get it to play anymore. I don't know what happened recently. This is like a recent occurrence. Someone was like, I couldn't watch it on YouTube, so I downloaded it. It was worth it, but I don't know why I couldn't watch it. I was like, no. Maybe I should go back and watch like the very, well, it wasn't the very first one. It's the very first one that was recorded, so it's technically the second. I don't know if it was the second game or just the second stream. I don't even know what's on here. Because if you go way far back in YouTube, there's stuff before I was even doing Twitch. Yeah, I need to ask Trumpet if he has a highlight of that somewhere, or I need to go look for it. Heading out for now. Alright, Guffin, thank you so much for lurking. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I'm sure I will see you later. Ow. That story on Day Nighttime is why you came here? Oh, because I cried a million times. Males have a bladder like a coffee straw and females a milkshake straw. Huh.
Keyboard killer.
Oh, I'm sorry, Surprise. You're crying right alongside me. I think I was making a lot of people cry. It was kind of funny. Alright, time to draw. Let me move XSplit so that I can see this in comparison to the other foot. So the other foot is way chunkier. I think I made the front foot actually like way thinner. So on my cat they're gonna be roughly the same, I think. Although maybe not quite as long. Maybe as long, I don't know. I feel like this is an okay foot size, so maybe I'll just cheat and trace it. And by cheat, I mean like save myself some work. But then the back of the foot is a little different because it doesn't go that way. He said, watch male cat pee. If he has trouble, go to the vet before it becomes something bad. Make sure they drink lots of water. PSA done. I will keep that in mind. Can you guys even see what I'm drawing right now? You guys just have to believe that marks are being made. Well, oh no, low battery. Okay. Vet we went to was an emergency vet because it was Sunday and everywhere else was closed. Vet tech lives on my street, just moved to the street list recently.
Oh, look! I love it!
Un vato loco. I don't know what a vato is, but I know you're crazy and there's one of you. Welcome to the court of the hype. We're dancing cause we're happy that you have joined us and become a little meerkat that dances for every reason in the sun and mostly just cause you like to dance. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. He saw the menagerie and was like, gold mine! Or she. We don't know. Can you see that now that I've made it darker? I mean, if I hold it up, you can see it. It's hard to see down here. Guy or dude? Okay, cool. One crazy dude. Welcome. How are you doing today? Okay, I think actually this has to be longer. Because this foot is taller and like chunkier than the other foot. But hey, at least we got a good starting point, right? So we got that. And then I'm gonna simplify. I'm gonna simplify the rest of the foot, but I'm gonna draw it in like pieces, so it's a little bit easier for me to think about, because I'm not including any of the circles, which you guys can't see because you only see the front half. But if you Google Sabertooth Tiger Zord and then look at one of the plastic toys, the back leg has 3 different circles, which I think I drew in this little book. Meds are crushing you today? Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're not a junkie in the park. Garrick, I'm so sorry. There, that's a very tiny version of what I'm talking about, with the 3 circles. But I'm not putting those circles on the foot, that's a detail. What song is that playing? Thistle. Locka remix. L-O-C-K-A-H by 100 Waters. I don't know what Shelter is, just by the way. What the? Okay. So then the back of the leg kind of comes in. Ooh, that just popped. My knee just popped. It was crazy. Maybe like this? So like obviously I'll make the line neater. But maybe I'll have it like that. And then the circle would be around here. So then this wouldn't look as tiny. That's a pretty large back foot though. But the angle looks right. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be perfect, whatever. It's a fucking back foot, like who cares? Or I could simplify it extra much and just kind of do it like this and just make a straight line up, because there's 3 circles along the back. And then have the last part of the line end like a little bit higher than where this line is. So like have it end here, maybe? So then instead of doing this like complicated, because I don't really know what the foot is doing or the leg is doing like underneath that. And who gives a fuck? It's the back of the leg. So maybe So maybe I'll simplify this to like this instead. And just have a line that goes straight up there. I think that's okay. I think that's an okay thing to do. And because I'm simplifying it, I'm making it a little bit less wide. I'm glad you don't have nausea today, Garrett, but that's still unfortunate. Okay, I think that's fairly straight. So then, yeah, the circle would be here. And I just have the back of the leg go up. I think that's fine. I mean, if I really want to, I can have it go like that, and then from there I can simplify it as just going up. Which would also, I think, be okay. That sounds awful. Are you a jerk? Before fully and irrevocably cutting things off? Well, you weren't exclusive to begin with. So, I would say no. Like, it's not like she was your girlfriend, and you, like, haven't quite broken up yet. Like, you haven't even had a first date. I think it's okay. You think you were, though? You were exclusive to somebody that you hadn't even had a date with yet? Just take a nap, Garrick. It's totally fine. Take a nap. It's fine. I'll be here for a very long time. What if I simplify this like this? Let's see how I like that. I'll just make a ton of lines on this cardboard. It doesn't matter. It loves lines. The cardboard loves it. Yeah, I mean, like, the fact that you both got rid of Tinder and weren't interested in it because you guys found each other, that's cute and all, but unless you, like, you haven't even gone on a first, you didn't ever get to go on a first date. So, I don't think that having the potential of having other dates with other people is at all wrong or bad. Besides, just because you go on a date with somebody, like let's say you found another match on Tinder and you decide to go on a date with somebody, it doesn't fucking mean shit. Like, you could go on a single date with somebody and be like, not into it. Won't be doing that again. You know, like, it's just a date. It doesn't mean you have to touch them other than, like, you know, handshake, nice to meet you. You know, maybe you hug them at the end or something. Like, it doesn't even have to result in anything sexual. I don't see anything wrong with it at all. Moral compass. Yar, me hearties. Hey, Mana. How's the Dotars going? You're picky as AF with your likes. I mean, hey, there's no problem with that. There's a lot of people in the world. You gotta narrow them down somehow. Alright, I'm definitely going to, just like I did with the front leg, I'm going to simplify the back leg, because what the back leg is actually doing is something like this. It goes in like this, and then it goes in again, and like does some weird like boop 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 complicated robot shit. And actually the top goes in and then in again and then out. And like somehow then this comes out again. Like, I'm not gonna do all that. I'm getting a lot better at simplifying and not needing to like, although I think this one's a little bit easier than say the Dalek or C-3PO. But it's hard to take out a lot of the details of a thing and have it still look like that thing. But I feel like no one's really hardcore looking at the back leg of a fucking Zord, okay? So I think we're safe. Not really watching much dudes today. More work stuff. Okay, fair enough. Both looking for the same type of interaction. So if you're both looking to go on a casual date with somebody, that's gonna work out because you both want the same type of thing. Looking for a hardcore serious relationship, if both parties are looking for the same thing and they like each other, why not? If anyone would like to see the previously compiled costumes, thank you, Garrick. Go take a nap. But seriously, feel free to take a nap if you're not. If you're dozing off. So how's the front of this leg gonna go? I think I'm going to simplify the front leg to just come out like this. And then it barely curves up there. Like, I don't mind doing that. That seems appropriate. Do people tell the truth about what they really want on there? I don't see why not. I mean, if you lure someone out on a date under false pretenses, chances are you're not going to end up getting what you want anyway, so why not just be real about it? Well, welcome back, Wormy. Woo! Welcome back, Wormy. Yeah, you would only waste your time, waste the other person's time, and get a bad rap, you know. Do I like how this looks? I feel like this needs to be thicker. Cause what it really looks like, I mean, I guess this is gonna be under the I'm trying to talk out loud and I'm not making words happen. Maybe I need that little, because it kind of does this in the picture. I know I just made that extra thick, and then have it come down like this. That looks better. Alright, I'll redo it. I'll redo it. Just gonna read some of my book and relax. If I black out, I guess I black out. Stop fucking apologizing! Seriously, Garrick, you have a problem. Yup. No, sorry, Garrick. Just take a nap. Hi, I'm Garrick, and I'm a sorry addict. Hi, Garrick. It's like, hi. I'm sorry. My name is Garrick, and I'm a sorry addict. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, go relax, go enjoy your book, and I hope you feel better.
Just like intercourse.
And I hope you feel better, just like intercourse. That timing, Bear. Thank you so much for that, host. How are you? Hey, BHS, how are you? It's going all right in here. We're just making a back leg. Back leg of our Tiger Zord. Oh, and also, because I'm not in game, Garrick, I have a lot more access to doing stuff. Although you're probably going to be faster because I don't have the tab complete. So yeah, thank you for the caster commands. Now go away. I love you. Stream went pretty well. How did you enjoy Lufia? I liked what I saw of it, but I didn't really get that much of a feel for it. What? I think that's a nice color. How's your Thursday? All good. Doing well, munching on food. What you eating? The story seems kind of strange, but the game has been pretty fun. How much HP do you approximate that you had at the end? And Bear, you were working on, which game were you playing? I can't think of the name of it. I keep wanting to say Tides of Numenera, but I don't think that's it. Alright, so now I want to go from here to route here. Oh, I've only seen The Big Lebowski once, so I wouldn't catch references to it, sorry. Sorry, not sorry! Guys, imagine if we could get Garrick to start saying sorry, not sorry, but he would probably, like, legit apologize for something that he doesn't need to apologize for, and then his apology would be that he apologized. Like, he would say sorry, not sorry about apologizing for something he doesn't need apologizing for. Character went from 20 at the beginning to 111. Wow. That's ridiculous. Only once record scratch? Like, I have other things to watch. I think I like this foot. It's bigger than in the image, but like having such a tiny little back leg when you've got like this beefy front paw looks really silly to me. And I think I like the indent line. This is looking really good. I'm happy with this shape. I just have to figure out like the height though. which means I think that I would take this line and bring it up to there. And maybe this line would get shifted around, which is totally okay with that. A calzone. Calzones are good. Planescape Torment. It's the one that directly inspired it. Ah, that's why. My brain was kind of there. You slice a big rectangle of pizza in small pieces and close them together, sort of like a sandwich. Calzone sounds... It's not a calzone. So like... oh god. Pizza bites? Like the little like... I can't click on that, unfortunately. You loving the game? Yeah, for sure, Wormy. Okay, so I'm going to take this back leg. And I'm going to have it extend. Is this the right angle? Kinda. I think that looks good. Alright, so then instead of having this line go up like this, I'll just have it connect that way instead. And some of that can be stuck under the butt. Because the Zord in real life has a curve here, but this is going to be a square. So just like the edge of the back haunch can go under. Is this all Discord or is this Fred trying to get a hold of me? Yes, and also yes. Great, you need to add it to the list. How long is your list? You thought pizza bites? Like, is that what they're called? Like, oh, pizza rolls. That's not pizza bites, pizza rolls. Like, I was like thinking legit pizza rolls are so good. I've only had them like a couple times in my life. Alright, I kind of don't want to click on it though, because what if I want it real bad and I can't have it? Okay, that kind of just looks like... Yeah, it's just like rectangular pizza that you fold it up, but it looks amazing. So it's like a pizza sandwich. Whatever. Delicious and I want it. There's a thing like a calzone that I'm really struggling to remember the name of it. It's bugging you. I have no idea what is similar to a calzone. Pizza rolls, pizza bites are like mini calzones. Yeah, and that you can just like... It looks like what you linked is not closed all the way around, so like it can gush out, but who gives a shit? But yeah, it's basically like you took a pizza and then cut rectangles and folded it in thirds and then ate it, which is amazing. Yeah, I did a little bit of a run-on sentence there. Don't Don't judge me. Don't judge me too hard. For my verbal grammar. My verbal comma placement. Alright, let me erase all of these extraneous lines, because now I'm having a hard time seeing. Okay, so... not this line. Okay, do I like that shape and does it look close enough to the real thing? Why is there so much tape here? I'm gonna have to redo that line, but that's okay. It's just very distracting. Okay, I think I like that. I'm gonna have to vacuum again with all my eraser shavings. Stromboli. I've never had Stromboli. I don't actually know what it is. I've heard the name. But for some reason I just thought it was a pasta dish. Reminds you of a panini. It kind of looks like a panini. You thought that was a sound effect. Don't judge me. Okay, I think I like that. This is kind of thin, but that's how it is in the actual image as well. And this looks like it'll be almost exactly the same height, which is perfect. So this is the shape we're going with. This is what I'm cutting out. I wish I could fit another one here, but I can't, so whatever. I'm just gonna make sure my lines are straight, and then we're gonna cut it out, and we're gonna make all the back legs today, you guys. This is crazy. So much progress. Stromboli is similar to a calzone. Well, and I know that now, based on what you said. Stromboli is actually an island? Never heard of food called that way. Oh, that's fascinating. When you said rectangular pizza, though, it reminded me of nastily satellite lunch pizza my school served. Oh no. I didn't mind school lunch. Gonna play some PUBG with a friend. Gonna keep stream on. Thank you so much, Surprise. Get some juicy sack wins. Get some juicy chickens. And enjoy playing PUBG. I've been in the mood for like PUBG or Fortnite or something. But then by the time I have free time to play it, I'm like, time to cook dinner. And then I've eaten dinner and then I'm like, time to sit here like a lump and do nothing. Maybe someday. You subscribe to Humble Bundle? Yeah, it's like $15 for Tides of Numenera, although I don't want any of the other... Like, I want that game, but I don't want any of the other shit in the bundle, so I'm not buying the bundle because I'm weird like that. I'll just wait. I'll just wait until it's, I'll wait until the game all by itself is on sale. Left me with nothing at all. Push me Alright, I think these lines are fairly straight. I think this one might be the only one that I kind of messed up. Well, that's not where that goes. That just got extra thick for no reason. I think I need to sharpen this pencil, honestly. Whatever, as long as it's somewhat similar to the lines I've drawn. Yeah, these lines are fairly straight. Which, as we say all the time, is good enough. Okay. Time to cut it out. Yeah, it's extra thick. Okay. Here we go. VHS, have you picked a new night game? What's your next night game gonna be? What series is this from? I feel like I know it, but I don't know the name. Power Rangers! Your evening game is Pyre, so I really, really need to... Oh, you started it last night? Oh, Tomb Raider only took you an hour. You're just OP at those types of shooty-shoot games. Yeah, so I really need to finish Pyre tomorrow. Otherwise, I won't even look at your thumbnails. I'll, like, avoid it hardcore. Ugh. I've loved it so far. I'm very particular about how when, under what circumstances I will play the game. And the stars have not quite aligned as frequently as I wish that they had. But I pre-ordered that game. I knew I was gonna love it. And I don't pre-order stuff usually. But basically anything that Supergiant does, I'm like, and pre-order. And I'm also like, why are you giving me 10% off? I want you to have more money, please. Come on. Box cutter. It's interesting, seems a little like a sports game, which you weren't expecting. You love the aesthetic. Yeah, I feel like every game they make feels different from their other games. It's still very recognizably Supergiant games, but like they look differently, even though you can tell that it's by that company. They're also very different, and that's so cool. I'm assuming you've played Bastion and Transistor. Going upstairs to redeem some Humble Bundle games. Alright, man, enjoy. Hope you get some good stuff. Shooty shooters are your specialty. Yeah, you guys know how I don't pick favorites? I think Bastion is probably my favorite game of all time. Even as someone who doesn't pick favorites, that game made me have a favorite. Like, I don't have favorite anythings. I don't have a favorite color, book, movie, food. Damn it! The back foot curved just so slightly. That's okay. No one will know. No one will know! The front foot is curved also. No! Actually, that worked out well. Haha! Ice is so thick right now on the trees that most of them are drooping, with some big amounts of brown branches falling. That's really dangerous if they're falling on roads and shit. Woo! That was pretty good. I think I might be getting better at this. And of course, because I said that, the next line I do will be like curved when I'm trying to do a complete straight line. On some cars and roofs. Dangerous. Don't have trees that are on top of your house. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Cutting across the corrugation is always harder than cutting like along it. So I always get worried that because I'm trying to drag it over a bunch of bumps that I'm gonna go like go through. Yay. Okay, do we have a back leg? Anything I need to... fix or loosen? Looks like I needed to do that right there. This here needs a little wiggles. Little wiggle. Turn my sorrows into gold. Ignite the fire in your soul. There we go. This chunky ass leg, but you know what? Living with our young hearts free. Let me check something. Okay. Cool. I just wanted to make sure that the insides made sense So like this is the outside, so this would be so like I can't use this as the leftmost side haunch. But it can be the inside of the left leg. I just need to make sure that I'm cutting things in the proper way. I can get another leg out of this if I do it just like that, and then the bend will be there, but who cares? We can have a front of haunch if we want to. I wonder how this is gonna look when it's all put together. Like, this looks very weird. Even if you look at the other leg, like, this looks like extra fucking beefy. Maybe I want it a little thinner. Now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, maybe I want to cut this just a little bit more. There's one of those super tall trees that's right by your room. When the wind is really strong, looks like it's going to break. Spooky. What would you guys say is your favorite game of all time? I keep thinking about Bastion and how I want to play Pyre tomorrow. I'm trying to think also if this makes much of a difference. Like, that's really not much of a difference. Like, this still looks super beefy. I think in terms of like the front of this looks great. The back of it looks too big. I think I maybe need to bring it down more, even though, like, technically this is about where it should be. I think I need to bring it down. Yeah, I'm gonna cut more off of this. It's so hard to choose a favorite game. I typically don't pick favorites, so like it's very rare for me to even ask, but like I said, Bastion just... it forced me to have a favorite game. You never know what to choose when talking about favorites. Alright, so don't feel like you need to have a favorite. Because I don't have anything favorite other than games, so like don't feel bad. I think that'll look better. Because, like, yeah, it's a bit of an angle, but it's not quite as severe of an angle. This is going to be really difficult to cut off, though. Because it doesn't like when you're trying to cut into an edge like that. But since I started from the other side, it should go fine. Yeah, that looks better. Imagine this as a back leg. That looks way better. That looks way more appropriate. Although I kind of want to keep... If I get rid of... I can't get rid of more of this, though. Because, like, ideally, it would be this long, like for how it looks, but then it would be too short. I think this is fine. This is close enough. No one's gonna know except for us. You have a favorite game because of nostalgia? Being class 10 early. Womp womp. I hope you have a good day, Wormy, and I hope work goes smoothly for you. I'll see you later. Tree branch snapped and it blocked the whole street. Damn. I prefer to think of it in terms of games that have influenced how I think about games, move me, or something. It's a bit easier to compile. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a lot easier for me to put it into genres, because then you can have multiple favorites. Like, I'm just like, I love these games. I just, like, list a pile of games, and here, I thought these were great. And it just keeps expanding. But I'm like, okay, favorite turn-based strategy, I guess, is like, alright, well, do I pick Dragon Age or Divinity? I don't know. Maybe Smash Brothers due to memories and amount of time your brothers and I put into it? Cool. I probably wouldn't pick a persistent game, because, like, literally there's nothing to stop me from just, like, picking it up and playing it for a few minutes. That doesn't mean that it can't, like, a persistent game can't be my favorite. When I was super into Dota, I was, like, super into it. But I was also super into Left 4 Dead, which I would have happily continued playing. TF2 I used to pour hours into. But I think, in terms of games that I like, I think it has to affect me deeper than just being super addictive. Personally. So, like, it has to have a story. For me. Like, chances are, if I play the game and I really enjoy it, and then I never think about, like, the game's content or themes or anything ever again, that doesn't mean it was a bad game, but it just means that it was a little bit more shallow, and therefore probably not, like, my favorite game. A good example of a game I thought was fantastic, and I highly urge everyone to play it, and I would actually replay it. So that's another like metric, is like, would I replay this game? And, like, given time past, like, if I sit here now and think about games that I'm realistically going to replay, like, I thought The Cat Lady was a really fantastic game, but I don't think I'll ever replay it. When I first finished it, I was like, oh, you can get different endings and stuff? Sure, I'll play it again. But there was one section that I thought was a little bit slower, and it was a little bit more frustrating. Maybe it would be good for a second playthrough, because I don't need to think about that section too hard, because I already know, like, the answer, you know what I mean? But anyway, Flame in the Flood, fantastic game. But it was a little bit more of like a roguelite persistent game, really great game, and I would replay it, but it doesn't necessarily have themes that I'm, like, thinking about. Whereas Horizon Zero Dawn, I consistently think about that game. Bastion I think about all the time. I don't know. It doesn't have to be super deep to be a great game, but for me to put it into my halls of greatness in terms of, like, best experiences in gaming, I guess it's gotta have something that I think about. Maybe Shadow of the Colossus. I wanted to play that. Have you seen any of the remaster? Because I've been avoiding it, because it's something that I know people hold that game in pretty high regard, and I've wanted to play it, but haven't yet. Okay, now that I've cut this, So then when I just need to remember, and please remind me if you guys remember, I need to remember that when I cut the other two pieces, that I have to draw on the, like, on the, oh, I guess I flipped this around, so whatever. Is this the bad side? No, this would be the, like, the quote-unquote bad side. So then this works perfectly. Played a lot of games that are just endlessly replayable and very gameplay focused, but that's less because I need a story and more because I guess I need an objective at the end of the road. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love Left 4 Dead and Dota, and like I think those games are super fun. I've been having fun with Overwatch, you know. But like, am I gonna think about Overwatch when I'm like just hanging out in my bed at night? No, I'm not. Dota, maybe. I've had Dota dreams. Dreams where I'm playing Dota and stuff. Or like thinking about gameplay. Like, I can see how something like that would be, like, could definitely make it to like favorite game when you're just like, I love everything about this game and I like can't stop thinking about it. Like, that's a good game. You got Tides? Awesome. So the graphics, they look amazing. Heard that they didn't change any of the movement controls, which could be good, could be bad. Some things say like XCOM. It's not like it has anything resembling a good story, but just via the gameplay loop and the atmosphere, it communicates a lot. I feel like something like that is still worth it. Yeah, being worth it and being like favorite game material are different things to me, which is kind of what I was trying to get across, but just very poorly. But see, that's what's fun about Overwatch, is like, if you suck, just play arcade. Just play arcade and like, you can still enjoy the game and suck at it. Also, a good game for like being really bad at it, but it's still super fun, Rocket League. Rocket League is super fun. I am so bad at it. I am really, really bad at it. Or, Ignot, just play with friends and then, unless your friends are shitty, they don't care if you're good at the game or not. You just dick around. Whatever, not trying to convince you like you must play Overwatch, but if being good at the game is what's keeping you from it, I don't know. There are circumstances under which I feel like you could still play it, but I respect the decision that it's not for you. And I totally understand that for those types of games, like, you want to be at least at a certain level for your own enjoyment. I totally get that. There's an additional control scheme in Shadow of the Colossus Remake, which is closer to modern control schemes. Jump with X instead of triangle, etc. Huh, interesting. I prefer games that have a plot and you work to finish it. I don't really care, nor have ever played anything like Overwatch. See, I'm very competitive, so I like, I love story, and like something with a story and, you know, great characters and that leaves me with food for thought, like that will go into favorite games category. Whereas, don't worry, there's just silence at the end of that song. I thought the music stopped for a minute. Whereas, like, I just really enjoy competitive games, which is why I sunk so many hours into TF2 and Left 4 Dead and that sort of thing. Like, that just fulfills a totally separate function for me. I just really like being competitive and trying to better my skills in a game. That's fun for me. Maybe not all the time, but a lot of the time it's fun. I'll read chat as soon as I'm done outlining this foot, but I don't want to, I don't want to accidentally slip and then the outline is not lined up anymore. See, but well, and I also felt like the original, before I read your comment, not the original, but like the remake XCOM Enemy Unknown, there was enough of a story and like I got attached to my characters enough that like the story mattered to me. Whether or not it was like an amazing, you know, groundbreaking story or not, like, it mattered to me. For the director of XCOM, the original XCOM games were like his favorite games, so I totally understand that outlook. It doesn't even mean that just because it's gameplay focused, it has to be shallow. That's also true. Though I think there's fundamentally a different mindset in what you want out of it. Play games with friends makes sense. It's just that most of my friends think they're too old to play video games. What? You love Rocket League so much? Just gets more fun as you get better at it? I'm sure. I imagine they don't think they're too old to watch sports or movies. Yeah, like I'm too old for entertainment. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm too old to entertain myself ever. I'm too old to read books. Maybe I'd play those kinds of games if I had people to play with because you're competitive as well, but still generally was never interested in them. Ooh! Oh shit. Oh god, I lost chat. God. So yeah, maybe if there's a game that you like the aesthetic of, but it's a competitive game and you have friends that are gonna play it, pick the game up. If you can afford it is always the caveat, but like, try it out. Or Fortnite is a really good example. That's free to play, at least the PvP. It also has PvE, which I thought was pretty fun when I played it in alpha. But like, you can download that game, try it out for free, and like with friends and whatever, and just see if it's something you enjoy with no cost. Like, there's no negatives to trying it out. Just see if the gameplay is something that you enjoy. And even if that type of competitive game isn't for you, there are other ones. You know what I mean? No harm in trying it out. Couldn't agree more, they're judgmental. Sports go on to be appropriate forever, but games are to be grown out of. That doesn't make any sense. I think video games are only getting better, whereas sports are kind of the same year to year. Yeah. You know what's fascinating to me? As someone who, I like to watch football, but it's not like the pros in football are getting better year after year, and just you can see that overall gameplay is more exciting. It's pretty much the same level of excitement, which can be pretty fucking exciting, can be pretty hype. But Dota, for example, if you watch TI3, which was the first international that I watched, I was so hyped for that game. I was screaming, yelling, losing my fucking shit. My neighbor was like, I thought there was some sport, I thought you were watching soccer or something, because you were yelling and cheering. I was like, no, I was watching Dota. And to go back and watch the gameplay in TI3 and then rewatch TI7, it's the plays that people are making are so much more advanced. You can tell that everyone has gotten better and strategies have changed and evolved in a way that it's harder to pull off. And it's just the level of play has gone from already super fucking awesome and amazing and hype to it just keeps increasing, and that's insane to me. it's so crazy, and I just love it. You heard that quite a bit as you were growing up from your parents, but they gave up after a while. Haha! Good. I'm glad they gave up. I grew up watching my dad play video games. And, like, he and my mom played Magic every now and again, and like, my dad still plays games. He's not gonna be like, oh, I'm too old for video games now. He's like, no, games are fun, I'm gonna play them. Like, why would you stop doing something that's fun? That's just fucking stupid. You get too old when you stop video games. Yeah, like, you can go lie in the ground if you want to stop enjoying things. If you're choosing to not do something that's enjoyable outside of, you know, obvious mental health and, you know, your brain chemicals telling you XYZ, that's different. But, like, someone just saying, I think games are for children, or books are for children, or music is for children, like, if you're just gonna stop enjoying something because you think you should have outgrown it, that's fucking stupid. Go lie in the ground. Your life is over. Yeah, that's true. It's just like a weird, it's super bizarre that people think of forms of entertainment in such, like, video games is a new thing still, culturally. Culturally, video games are new. Like, as a medium. That's why it's hard for people to take them seriously, because they don't understand what they can do and what the video games bring to the table. Same thing with comics and graphic novels. A lot of people see, like, a cartoony, you know, drawing, and they're like, for children! And I'm like, no, you're just dumb and you're not even trying to understand it, or you're not treating it like any other form of media, which it is. It's just like any other form of media. Don't want to badmouth my parents? Well, I will. Try anything once. Yeah, I'm not saying any of you think this way. I think that's so silly. They were the ones that bought me consoles and video games when I was a child in the first place, but they're from another generation. I mean, I don't think that there's any generation... Like, it's just people willing to experience new things that come around because technology exists, versus people who aren't. It's a new thing, I don't like it. Like, a lot of people feel that way. Like, there are plenty of stories of people's grandparents, like, old. I mean old, like 70, 80, 90. Actually, it's funny, like 70's not even really that old to me anymore because I'm old. But like 70, 80, 90-year-olds playing video games. Like, it's not really a generational thing. It's people not wanting to accept new things, which is kind of sad. I mean, I have problems with change myself. I hope I get better at accepting it. The reason I started playing video games is because my dad played Warcraft 1 with me on his lap. Aww. He stopped, I think, because of pressure from my mom. Oh, that's sad. But those memories will always be special to me. That's awesome. I used to backseat game my dad. Be like, oh, look in that, go look in that corner. Oh, you missed a thing over there. But my dad also plays games very similarly to me, where he wants to go in every corner, so it's, like, fine. Commodore 64, yeah, that's old. Freshly pensioned, and he was giddy like a little kid. Aww. Yeah, some games look a lot more like art than something like Tetris, so it's easier to kind of transition from that. I get that. Try to explain to my friends about work the concept of games as storytelling, but they don't get it. It's like watching a movie or reading a book that you can interact with. Like one of those choose your own adventure game or books. I read the Goosebumps one. I kept dying. I kept going back trying to not die. I couldn't. Just like a video game. Comics are pretty widely accepted here. Oh, interesting. Honestly, the discourse surrounding them in English-speaking internet kind of gets you mad. I'm glad I haven't seen any of that. I took a graphic novel course in college. So, like, to me, it's a very, like, intellectual thing to talk about comic books. Isn't that funny? Well, that and my dad, again, like, my parents were pretty young when they had me. And they're also just, they don't give a shit what other people think. Like, my dad grew up playing D&D. He was like, I'm gonna be weird and I'm gonna do whatever I think is fun. I don't care. Yes, and there is more than superheroes, and a lot of people don't get that. Just because there are exceptions doesn't really mean it's easier for older people to adapt to change. And again, they gave up on the whole seeing them as things for children. That's great. Don't really expect them to actually get into them. It's just not their thing. I feel like there's a game genre or a game for everybody. That's me. Oof. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this leg out, and then I need to eat some food and push all this stuff off to the sides, move my cameras, because it's almost divinity time. If I didn't talk to you guys as much, I could have cut out 3 more of these legs. Shame on you. I'm kidding. I just need to make a note somewhere that I'll see it, that next time make sure to cut out legs with proper insides. Hopefully, this will remind me that I need to do that, just so that, like, I need to cut one. Like, these are going to be both the same way, I think. You know, because it's just rotated. So I need to make sure that I'm cutting the other ones so that, like, the yucky stuff goes on the inside. Because right now, this has to be on the inside, because I don't want to paint over it. So then this also is going to be another outside leg, and I just need to make sure that I, like, rotate it in such a way that I have the other sides. Anyway. You're gonna take a nap. Alright, Ignat. Enjoy the nap. Thank you for hanging out. Aw, okay, thank you. Thank you for lurking on the mobiles. Alright. Let me cut this, and then I really need to go on a break so I can pee again. If for no other reason. Well, maybe it's a false perspective in terms of Italy, but maybe it's not a false perspective in terms of the US. It could be a cultural difference. The yucky stuff goes on the inside, that's what she said. Oh my. And I'm saying maybe because I don't have the answer. So I don't know if that's accurate or not. I wasn't into comics way back when. So, like, I honestly could not tell you. Uh-oh. That almost went really badly, but I saved it. Salvaged. Man, I am so hungry. I can't wait to eat food. I'm wondering if I should have that leftover burger or if I should have that pasta. So both pretty good. I actually feel fairly awake today. The green woo! Hello, welcome. I'm making a Sabertooth Tiger Zord. It is located right down there in that corner for your viewing pleasure. And right now I'm cutting out one of the back leg pieces.
Just like intercourse.
Wow. Who's intercoursing? BHS, thank you. Thank you for sticking your viewers in here. Focus! You can do it! Okay, there we go. Alright, just a few more cuts, and then we've got leg piece number 2. I'm helping. Creative? Wow, thank you. If you are interested about either why I'm making crap out of cardboard or I'll just cut that. Or if you're interested in seeing some of the other costumes, you can do exclamation point cardboard for an explanation of what this show is about, which this section is almost over, and I apologize for that. But I also made C-3PO and a Dalek from Doctor Who. Not to be confused with Green Woo. Who, not Woo. So sick. You can still see what I'm doing, right? Okay, cool. Okay. 2 more cuts and then we've got this part done. Oops. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Come on. Come on, box cutter. Be nice and do the thing. Do-do-do-ba-doo. Schman out. Okay, why isn't this coming out? There we go. Huzzah! Look at this funky looking piece. It looks like a lopsided, like, crane or something, or like giraffe. Like, here's the head. And then it's got like, it's fancy. It's going, woo! Woo! Anyway. So what we ended up doing today is we cut out the rest of these 4-leg pieces. These 4-leg pieces. So we cut all these out. And then we created the shape of the back leg. And we cut out one of those. So next Thursday, and the stream is not over, but this section of the stream, like I'm done cutting things out and doing creative. We're gonna switch over to Divinity 2 after my break. So next week I'll trace these and cut the other 2 leg pieces. So like this is the inside and this is also the inside. So we have like the inside of the left leg, and then we have the outside of the right leg. And I just need to make the other 2 have the left sides of the cardboard be nice, look nice. So yeah, we'll start with that, and then I think we'll probably move on to, we'll be able to cut out the tail pieces. And then if that goes really quickly, which I imagine it probably will, then I move on to the head, which is scary to me. I don't know how I'm gonna do it because I feel like it's gonna be rather complicated, but we'll figure it out. Anyway. Very 2 awesome creations. Take a look very soon. Yeah, no problem. This is my newbie creation mind, but why not use a cutting mat? Because I don't have to, because I don't own one. And if you do exclamation point cardboard, we're all about doing things cheaply. In any case, so I'm gonna go on a little bit of a break. Let me just move some of this stuff. Like, I'm not gonna clean, but I just don't want to be rolling over pieces of cardboard and ruining them and all that sort of nonsense. I usually clean afterwards, after the stream is done. Yeah, I think this is a pretty productive day, I would say. Okay then. So I'm gonna go on a break. It'll probably be between like 5 and 10 minutes. I try to keep it as short as possible, but I gotta eat, pee, get water, move my cameras, and then I'll be back. Enjoy the music. Thank you for attending Cardboard Cosplay. If you're only interested in cardboard cosplay, that'll be next Thursday, once a week, every Thursday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you will watch anything creative, then the next creative will be Sunday evening. You can find my schedule down below for all the details on that sort of thing. But that's Project Pencil, whole different show. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat so that I can come back and hopefully entertain you all with some Divinity 2.